The African savannah whispers a timeless promise. It's a promise of adventure, of seeing the world as it once was. Here, vast plains stretch to meet an endless sky, and ancient baobab trees stand like silent sentinels. This is a land ruled not by clocks or calendars, but by the sun and the rain. It's a place where nature's grand story unfolds every single day. People travel here from all corners of the globe, seeking something raw and real. They hope to witness the majesty of the wild, to feel a connection to a world beyond their own. They come to answer the call of the wild. Embarking on a safari is, well, like stepping into a living documentary. The script is unwritten, and the actors are truly wild. You trade city noise for the sounds of the bush, the chirping of insects, the distant call of a bird, the rustle of leaves in the breeze. The air itself feels different, charged with anticipation. Every journey into a national park or game reserve is a gamble. You never know what you might see. Will the lions be sleeping under a tree? Will a herd of elephants cross your path? This uncertainty is the very heart of the experience, and it's what makes every moment so precious and thrilling. The safari vehicle becomes your window into this untamed world. It's a sturdy machine, designed to navigate dusty tracks and rugged terrain, but it's also a very small bubble of human presence in a vast wilderness. From inside you scan the horizon, your eyes searching for any sign of movement, a flick of an ear, a swish of a tail, a shape that doesn't quite belong to the landscape. Your guide, with years of experience, sees things you would easily miss. They read the signs left by the animals, a footprint in the sand, a broken branch, a warning call from a monkey in the trees. The true magic begins when the world outside your vehicle comes alive. It's a moment that stays with you forever. Perhaps it's a lone giraffe, its long neck reaching for the highest leaves. Or maybe it's a family of warthogs, their tails held high like antennas as they scurry away. These first encounters are gentle introductions to the safari experience. They fill you with a sense of wonder and awe. They prepare you for the more intense moments that might lie ahead. They remind you that you are a visitor here, a guest in the home of incredible creatures. There is nothing quite like the sight of an African elephant in its natural habitat. They are giants moving with a slow and deliberate grace. Watching a herd from a distance is a peaceful experience. You can see them interacting, with the young calves staying close to their mothers. They communicate in low rumbles that you can sometimes feel more than hear. They are intelligent and deeply social creatures, a cornerstone of the entire ecosystem. Observing their family dynamics is like watching a complex and ancient society at work. It's easy to feel a sense of calm and admiration in their presence, but the mood can change in an instant. The wild is unpredictable, and elephants demand respect. A female elephant, a matriarch, is fiercely protective of her family. If she feels her calf is threatened, her entire demeanor can shift. A peaceful giant can become an unstoppable force of nature. Safari guides know the warning signs. The ears flare out, the head rises high, and a deep, rumbling growl emanates from her chest. These are signals to back away slowly and give the animal its space. It's a stark reminder that we are in their world, on their terms. Sometimes a warning is not enough. An elephant may decide to make its point more forcefully. A mock charge is a terrifying display. The massive animal will run towards the vehicle, trumpeting loudly, only to stop just short. It's a test of nerve for everyone inside the jeep, but on rare occasions, the charge is real. The ground shakes as tons of muscle and bone thunder forward. You feel incredibly small and vulnerable. All you can do is hold on and trust your guide. These moments are a powerful lesson in the raw power of nature. Even when not charging, elephants can demonstrate their incredible strength in other ways. Imagine sitting in your vehicle, watching a herd browse peacefully. Suddenly a large bull elephant decides a tree is in its way. With what seems like minimal effort, it leans its massive head against the trunk. You hear the crack of wood, and then the entire tree comes crashing down to the ground. The elephant then calmly begins to strip the leaves from the fallen branches. It's a casual display of power that leaves you breathless. It shows how they shape the very landscape they live in. The lion is the icon of the African wilderness. Its roar can travel for miles across the plains, a sound that really defines the night. Seeing a lion for the first time is a moment that stops your heart. Often you find them resting in the shade during the heat of the day. They look like giant, lazy house cats dozing in a heap. A pride of lions is a family unit, full of complex relationships. The cubs tumble and play, pouncing on their mother's tail. The large male, with his magnificent mane, watches over his territory with a sleepy but vigilant gaze. Curiosity is a strong trait in many animals, and lions are no exception. A stationary safari vehicle can become an object of great interest. A young lion might approach cautiously, its eyes wide with inquisitiveness. It might circle the jeep, sniffing the strange metal box. Sometimes a whole pride will use the vehicle for shade, lying down so close you can hear them breathe. One of the most nerve-wracking moments is when a lion decides to get a closer look. They might come right up to the side, their golden eyes peering in at the human occupants just inches away. This curiosity can sometimes lead to more direct interaction. There are incredible stories of lions getting a little too close for comfort. A lioness might decide to test the texture of a tire with her teeth. With a sudden pop, the air hisses out, leaving the vehicle stranded, or a playful young male might leap onto the spare tire mounted on the back of the jeep, using it as a perch. In these moments, fear mixes with absolute awe. You are face to face with a top predator utterly at its mercy, yet it's often just exploring its world without any malice. The true power of a lion is most evident during a hunt or a chase. Sometimes a safari vehicle is right in the middle of the action. A lion might suddenly burst from its cover, running at full speed after a fleeing antelope. There are even documented cases of a lion chasing a safari vehicle itself. The driver must accelerate quickly as the powerful cat bounds alongside, its muscles pumping. It's a thrilling and terrifying sight. To witness that kind of speed and predatory focus up close is to understand why the lion is truly the king of the savannah. The rivers and waterholes of Africa are home to one of its most dangerous animals, the hippopotamus. During the day they look deceptively calm. You see them gathered in groups, mostly submerged, with only their eyes, ears and nostrils above the water. They look like smooth grey boulders in the river. They yawn widely, showing off enormous tusks, but mostly they just seem to laze about. It's easy to underestimate them, to see them as slow and clumsy. This is a grave mistake that safari guides are trained to avoid at all costs. When you are on a boat safari, you enter their territory directly. A hippo is extremely territorial in the water. A boat that gets too close can be seen as a threat. The first sign of trouble is often a loud snort and a large head rising from the water. Then, with surprising speed, the hippo might charge. It moves through the water like a torpedo, creating a huge wake behind it. The boat captain must speed away immediately. There are terrifying videos of hippos lunging out of the water, their huge mouths open, trying to bite the boat. The rhinoceros is another of Africa's great megafauna. Seeing a rhino is a special and poignant experience. As these animals are critically endangered, they look like prehistoric creatures, with their thick, armored skin and formidable horns. They are powerful and can be unpredictable. A rhino that feels threatened can charge with incredible speed. A multi-ton animal running at you is a frightening sight. There have been many encounters where a rhino has charged and made contact with a safari vehicle, denting the doors and shaking the occupants. Sometimes, encounters with these armored giants are less confrontational and more surreal. Imagine driving down a paved road in a national park and looking in your rearview mirror. You see a massive rhino running in the fast lane, easily keeping pace with your car. It's a bizarre and unforgettable sight. These animals, which seem so ancient and slow, can move with surprising agility and speed when they want to. It serves as a powerful reminder that we are merely visitors in their world, a world where the rules of the road are written by much older and more powerful forces. Not all close encounters in the wild are filled with heart-pounding fear. Some are moments of pure magic and gentle connection. The giraffe, the tallest animal on Earth, is often the star of these peaceful interactions. With their long, graceful necks and kind eyes, they seem to be benevolent spirits of the savannah. Watching them move across the plains is like watching a slow-motion ballet. They are usually shy and keep their distance, but in some unique places, the line between their world and ours becomes beautifully blurred. One of the most famous examples of this is at a special hotel in Kenya. Here, a resident herd of giraffes has become accustomed to human presence. During breakfast, these gentle giants will approach the dining room of the historic manor. They poke their enormous heads through the large open windows, hoping for a treat. Guests can feed them by hand, feeling the strange texture of a long, blue-black tongue as it delicately takes a food pellet from their palm. It is an intimate and joyful experience, a moment of connection that feels like a dream. Even in the wild, without the promise of a handout, giraffes can show surprising curiosity. A safari vehicle might stop to watch a giraffe feeding from a tall acacia tree. Instead of moving away, the giraffe might stop eating and gaze down at the vehicle and its occupants. It might then take a few slow, deliberate steps closer, bending its incredibly long neck down to get a better look. There is no threat in this gesture, only a quiet and gentle inspection. In that moment, you feel seen by the wild, not as a threat, but as something interesting. These gentle encounters teach us a different kind of lesson. They show that not all of nature is about the chase and the fight for survival. There is also room for curiosity, gentleness, and even a form of interspecies communication. Petting a giraffe or having one eat from your hand is a profound experience. It reminds us that these magnificent creatures are individuals with their own personalities. It builds a bridge of empathy and deepens our desire to protect them and the wild places they call home. It is a soft touch from the wild that can leave the deepest impression on the human heart. A safari is not a zoo. The animals are not fed on a schedule, and their lives are a constant struggle for survival. Witnessing a hunt is one of the most raw and intense experiences you can have in the wild. It is a moment of pure, unfiltered nature. It can be difficult to watch, but it is a fundamental part of the ecosystem. The drama might begin with a lion pride working together, fanning out to stalk a herd of zebra. The tension is palpable. Every animal is on high alert. The predators are focused, and the prey is nervous, their heads up, sniffing the wind. The chase itself is an explosion of action. It is over in a matter of seconds, a blur of speed and dust. A cheetah, the fastest land animal, accelerating from a standstill to incredible speeds, is a sight to behold. Its body is a perfect machine built for the chase, its long tail acting as a rudder as it closes in on its prey. Or you might see a pack of wild dogs working with incredible teamwork and endurance to wear down a much larger animal. The outcome is never certain. More often than not, the prey escapes, and the predators are left hungry. The hunt reveals the intelligence and strategy of predators. It is not just about speed and strength. A leopard, for instance, is a master of stealth. It can spend hours silently stalking its prey, using every bit of cover to remain unseen. There are even reports of leopards using cunning tactics, such as capturing a young calf and using its cries of distress to lure the protective mother into an ambush. Seeing this level of calculation and planning is both fascinating and chilling. It gives you a new level of respect for the cognitive abilities of these animals. These moments are a powerful lesson in the circle of life. It is a cycle that can seem cruel from a human perspective, but it is essential for a healthy ecosystem. The hunt removes the weak and the sick, ensuring that the prey species remains strong. It provides food for the predators and their young, allowing them to survive. Watching this drama unfold reminds you that nature is not sentimental. It is a world of efficiency, of survival, of cause and effect. It is a stark and powerful reminder of the realities of life and death in the wild. The wild is full of surprises. Just when you think you understand how an animal will behave, it does something completely unexpected. These moments are often the most memorable of any safari. They reveal the complex and often mysterious inner lives of animals. For example, while lions and hyenas are typically mortal enemies, locked in a constant battle for food and territory, there have been rare sightings of them in close proximity without conflict. A pack of wild dogs might be seen near a clan of hyenas, a temporary truce in a world of competition. These moments are puzzling and fascinating for scientists and tourists alike. Animal intelligence is often displayed in surprising ways. In Australia, the lyrebird is famous for its incredible ability to mimic sounds from its environment. It can perfectly replicate the calls of other birds, but it can also imitate the sound of a camera shutter, a car alarm, or even a chainsaw. This vocal talent is a stunning example of animal learning and adaptation. On a safari, you might witness more subtle but equally impressive intelligence. A baboon, for instance, may have learned how to open an unlocked car door in its search for food, showing a clear ability to problem solve. Sometimes the behavior is not about intelligence, but about sheer spectacle. A fight between two male giraffes is an incredible sight. They do not use their hooves or teeth. Instead, they engage in a behavior called necking. They stand side by side and swing their massive heads and necks at each other. The thud of the impact can be heard from a distance. It is a powerful and bizarre duel for dominance and mating rights. Witnessing such a unique and dramatic ritual is a rare privilege that showcases the diverse ways animals interact with each other. Even seemingly simple behaviors can be captivating. An ostrich, the world's largest bird, might decide to race a safari vehicle. With its long, powerful legs, it can easily keep pace and even pull ahead, its head held high as it sprints along the dusty track. Or you might see a leopardess gently picking up her tiny spotted cub in her mouth to move it to a new, safer den. These moments, whether they are grand dramas or simple, quiet actions, add layers of richness to the safari experience. They show us that there is always something new to learn about the creatures with whom we share this planet. When a wild animal gets incredibly close, human reactions are as varied as the encounters themselves. The most common and immediate reaction is fear. It is a primal and instinctive response. When a multi-ton elephant charges your vehicle, or a lion's face appears at your window, your heart pounds in your chest. Your breath catches in your throat. People gasp, scream, or fall silent, frozen in a state of shock. In these moments, our modern sense of being at the top of the food chain completely disappears. We are reminded of our own fragility in the face of true wildness. But fear is often mixed with another powerful emotion, awe. Even as you are terrified, a part of your brain is processing the sheer magnificence of what you are seeing. The beauty of the lion's mane, the intelligence in the elephant's eye, the raw power of the hippo's lunge. These are images of a lifetime, burned into your memory. After the immediate danger has passed, fear gives way to an adrenaline-fueled excitement. People start talking excitedly, comparing what they saw, their voices trembling. This mix of terror and wonder is the unique thrill of a close encounter. In some situations, the encounter is not threatening but gentle, and the human reaction is one of pure joy and connection. When a giraffe eats from your hand, or a curious seal in Namibia waddles right up to a photographer, the response is one of wonder. People smile, they laugh softly, they speak in hushed, reverent tones. These are moments of connection that feel almost spiritual. There is a desire to reach out, to touch, to bridge the gap between human and animal. It is a powerful feeling of being accepted, even for a moment, by the wild. Ultimately, these encounters force a deep sense of humility. We are guests in this vast, ancient world. We do not make the rules here. Our technology, our cars, our cameras, they all feel insignificant when a rhino decides to charge. The experience teaches you to be quiet, to be observant, and to be respectful. It forces you to put your own ego aside and simply be present in the moment. You learn to trust your guide, to follow their instructions, and to understand that the animal's well-being and space are more important than getting the perfect photo. Every safari adventure, with its moments of terror and tranquility, leaves a lasting impression. It is more than just a holiday. It is an education. These close encounters with wild animals teach us fundamental lessons about our place in the natural world. They strip away the arrogance of our species and replace it with a profound sense of humility. We come to understand that this planet is not just our own. We share it with countless other incredible beings who have just as much right to exist as we do. This realization is the first step towards a more respectful relationship with nature. The experience underscores the importance of respecting boundaries. The wild is not a petting zoo. The animals are not performers. They are living, breathing beings with their own needs, territories, and moods. Getting too close, making loud noises, or trying to provoke a reaction for a better photo is not only dangerous for humans, but it is also stressful for the animals. A good safari is one where the animals are observed without being disturbed. It is about watching their natural behaviors unfold, not altering them with our presence. Respecting their space is the greatest sign of admiration we can show. These adventures also serve as a powerful call to action for conservation. When you look into the eyes of a rhino, a creature that could be wiped out in our lifetime, the fight to protect them becomes personal. When you witness the beauty of a leopard, you understand the tragedy of losing these animals to poaching and habitat loss. Seeing these animals in their natural home rather than on a screen creates a deep emotional connection. It transforms abstract conservation statistics into a tangible reality, inspiring people to support the efforts to protect these wild places and the animals that depend on them. In the end, we return from the savannah changed. The memories of a charging elephant or a curious lion stay with us. They remind us that the world is bigger, wilder, and more mysterious than we often imagine. They teach us that there is immense value in preserving places where nature remains untamed and unpredictable. The greatest souvenir we can bring back from a safari is not a photograph, but a renewed sense of wonder and a deep, abiding respect for the wild kingdom. It is a lesson in humility, a reminder to tread lightly on this earth we all call home.